All right. Hey, shalom, shalom. Hey, call loyam la Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakodash. Double honors the apostles, elders at Great Millstone. Hey, salutations to you, Akim, pushing the work in truth and in sincerity. The Bank of International Settlements says 93% of central banks working on digital currencies. All right. 93% of central banks working on digital currencies. All right. Now that says a lot. Okay. And that shows you how far into Esau, Edom, him capstoning his enterprise we are witnessing. All right. Okay. So this is pretty much raw. You know, I did have a few points and a few precepts. Lord willing, this is edifying. And the name of this lesson, I'm gonna call it "It's hard not to see the signs." And everything that this devil is doing is adding up to what prophecy says will unfold concerning Revelations, the 13th chapter, Revelations, the 3rd chapter, the 9th, the 10th verse. All right. All leading up to the hour of temptation. Now, we know exactly what this devil wants to do. All right. You know, he wants complete control, according to Revelations 12 and 12. And, you know, we bring this out all the time, but we can never bring it out enough. You know, because when things, as we say, when shit hits the fan, it's gonna hit different. All right, it's gonna hit different. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens. This is Revelation 12 and 12. And ye that dwell in them, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. All right, and this is part of his wrath. Little do you know. All right. And also other things like climate change and the push towards, you know, bringing drastic policies to pass so that they can limit the amount of energy that people use on a daily basis, and limit the amount of food that people eat on a daily basis, and limit the amount of traveling. This is all for complete control, and this is all his plan. All right. And in order for them to bring about their digital currencies, the CBDCs, because if you don't know by now, the central banks and their digital currencies, they're going to be the sole proprietors of payments. They're going to be the sole ones giving out payments. So like you work for a job and your boss pays you. Well, that's going to be eliminated, because your boss is going to have to be tied into the system of the CBDCs, where, you know, all payments are going to come from the central banks. Okay. But before they're able to do this, they have to crash the monetary system. Systems, all right, as in plural, because we're dealing with the whole world. All right. As Revelations 3 goes into. Okay. So it's upon us. The times are upon us. And it's no joke. And this should be the hottest topic. And it is the hottest topic among Israel right now, because this is shaping the world as we know it, the world that we live in. Revelations 3 and 9, behold, 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, what? This truth, all right, this understanding, all right, this doctrine, these teachings, okay? Because part of the teachings are prophecies, and part of the prophecies, which prophecy means to say before, is to look out for the things that are said, that the prophecy enlists that's going to happen. All right. It says, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. All right. Because this is just showing you how far into the planning, the agenda of Esau. Okay. 93%. That says a whole lot right there. 93%. Okay. It says that I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. All right, and this is for us, for those that believe, those that are enduring in these times. It says, which shall come upon all the world. All right, and that's why I said this is a global effort to crash all systems, all monetary systems, so they can bring in CBDCs. And you better believe all the countries are down with it. You know, you got individuals thinking that, you know, America is against China, or Russia is against America, and all, which it is, all right, because they are fighting for the top spot. They, you know, there can only be one rule of law, and essentially they're going to come together and roll out these plans for complete dominance and complete control. And part of their plans is to confiscate everything. So just to let you know. So this is for us. I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world. World, I believe, as in oikoumene, the Greek word for world, which means the entire earth. Okay, to try them that dwell upon earth. All right. And so what's happening here is that the Lord Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai is using this devil, of course, because he was created to bring about you know, this destruction through these different devices that he set up. All right, these different ideals that Esau has for, you know, his own sustenance, because he wants to live in a world without God. And so the Lord is pretty much playing on his emotions to get him to do certain things, and these certain things are going to trigger certain events. And part of them, the events, just to hit on this point, all right, try them that dwell upon the earth, the whole world, is to weed out those that aren't his, that's destined for condemnation, and to separate, good Lord have mercy, and to separate, so Salakia, and to separate the elect, the ones that's destined for salvation, all right, from the rest of the world. So Salakia, give me a second. Okay, all right. So next point, all right. I just looked this up, CBDC and Planet, because now you got articles that's coming against the article that came out probably about a month ago about the WEF wanting to implant chips under people's skins, all right? And so you got a few articles kind of combating that, and I find that very ironic by these compromised and you know, Edomite funded media outlets. All right, video doesn't show World Economic Forum speaker calling for cashless society. That's bullshit, and we know it. All right, so Salakia. So video doesn't show World Economic Forum speaker calling for a cashless society, and they clearly call for it. All right, they're clearly calling for a technocratic order. They're clearly calling for draconian laws, saying they can hack humans. All right. So U.S. Today says what? WEF did not declare all humans must have microchip implanted. Fact check. We will see. Article falsely claims WEF wants payment implants. We'll see. Because that's exactly what they want. This is part of what they're, you know, pulling out all the stops for. All right. Look at that. Hackable humans at WEF. We can decode faces in your mind. These are conversations that they're having at their forums, all right, in their councils. Okay. So Psalm 73, and I only got a few precepts. Just wanted to point this out. All right, and then I got Romans 13. So Psalm 73 and 6. No. 7. I want to get straight to the point. Psalm 73 and 7. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart can wish. All right, could wish. All right, and these are the elite Edomites. They're completely confiscating everything. All right, and they're doing it through their different agendas. You know, you got a thing called Agenda 21. And to back that up, you got a guy called Bill Gates who's buying up most of American farmland. Why? To bring about genetically modified organisms. So, and we know what that does to the human body. It destroys it from the inside. Okay. Why? Because they don't want to share the wealth of the knowledge and the wealth of agriculture with society. They would rather you eat ants, or they would rather you eat roaches, all right, than for you to grow your own corn or to raise your own cows to slaughter, or lambs or goats. They would rather you eat that. And it's all a ploy. All right. Here you got what? The climate change, and they're pushing hard to bring about policies to reduce the carbon footprint. That means to reduce the energy output that humans do on a daily basis, whether that's traveling, whether that's eating, all right, even whether that's looking up information, because that's coming as well. Okay. Climate change puts children's health at risk now and in the future. And I just did a lesson on them literally blaming the regular, human beings, the Joe Schmoes of the world, just a general human being. They blaming them for climate control, not the industries, the one that create the most pollution. All right. And they bring out a lost fact. They bring out a lot of incorrect facts to back their claims. And this is what the devil does. That's why he's called the devil, the deceiver. All right. Now, it's man-made forest fires and stuff like that. You can look that up, and there's information on that as well. But even me talking about it, they want to end that as well, which that's coming, because the Lord is going to give them that. Okay. Pretty much the famine of the word, and they're creating and generating famines as well. All right, the physical famine, a real famine. Okay, so back in Psalm 73, their eyes stand out with fatness. All right, they have more than heart could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. All right, so they're not giving the right to our people to, or giving them the right period. I'm thinking of Isaiah 10 and 2. All right, they take the right away from my people, as it says. Okay, they don't even give us a chance. All right, but now they want to sweep the last few centuries under the rug. Okay, and create this new dystopia, which they're propagating it like it's a utopia, but it's really a dystopia. All right, and they want to pretty much do away with all the hurtful and hateful things that they have done to procure their wealth. Okay, I'm talking about the same Edomites, all right, who are descendants from slave owners and people who had a hand heavy into earning from the slaves. Psalm 73 and 9, they set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. All right, and this Esau, all right, and they speak against the Most High Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and His ways. All right, and they they change his laws and actually make laws against God's laws. All right, so that they can phase God out. All right, which that ain't gonna happen. Psalm 73:10. Therefore, his people return hither, and waters of a full cup are wrung out to them. And they say, how doth God know? And is there knowledge in the Most High? You damn well right. There is. All right. Behold, these are the godly in the world that increase. All right. That increase in riches. All right. Okay. So let me see. Romans 13:11. All right. Romans 13:11. And I'm going to have to close out in Salakia. Romans 13:11. Okay. All right. Romans 13:11. It says, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. All right. Okay. So the salvation is closer because we see these devils are pushing and they're getting closer to their agenda, which means we're closer to salvation, because when they go to capstone that enterprise, you always use that term, meaning that they're going to finish their enterprise. I mean their agenda. Okay, that's when the Lord is going to spring his trap. It says the night is far spent, the day is at hand, or the day of the Lord, the day of salvation, the day of damnation. All right, let us therefore cast off the works of darkness and let us put on the armor of light, because this is the only way we're going to be saved. If we put on Yahweh Shai, it says, let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and in drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying, but put ye on the Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach, and make not provision for the flesh. All right. So I'm going to end it with that, Lord willing. This lesson was edifying. Just wanted to touch on that to show you that. Until next time, I'm going to say shalom.